what was it like when you started writing Ugly Americans,
Right.
and you went to some of these exclusive Japanese-only underground sex clubs?
Wow, hello. So, Ugly Americans is a book.
I think a lot more people want to become authors after this evening.
Yeah, let me give you some background, because a lot of you probably have not read Ugly Americans unless you're in the finance community. That book was only read in the finance community, although we're making a TV show for FX with Jerry Bruckheimer about it, so it's going to be like Entourage in Asia. It's the story of a kid from New Jersey who went to Princeton, who was a football player, who was not big enough to go pro. And when he graduated from Princeton, he basically got a phone call from someone in Japan who said, I want you to come work for me. He ended up going to Tokyo, and his first job was working for Nick Leeson, who was the 26-year-old trader who basically bet the entire assets of Barings Bank and lost the bank and then went to jail. This main character that became this kind of rock star in Asia in terms of every company wanted to hire him, and he fell in love with the daughter of a Japanese gangster he met in a sex club, and then made $500 million in 5 minutes and then had to leave Japan very quickly. It all takes place in the sex underground in Tokyo, which is this massive thing. I mean, it's there's something like 500,000 sex workers in Asia. They say something.
You're saying in Japan.
In Japan, sorry.
Right.
In Japan, it's this kind of underground world where the whole business world takes place. It's this giant industry, and Americans who go live abroad there kind of get caught up into this world that they know nothing about and that they can't really understand. And so the book opens, and the show is going to open in something called the Sexual Harassment Club, which is a real thing. Some of these for instance, will look like a subway car. And you'll go in, and there's people riding the subway. It'll even vibrate like a subway, and there's women riding the subway, and you pay a fee to go in and molest them. There's different it's like a Disney world of sex, where there's kind of different things for every perversion you can think of. Anyway, the book is tangentially about that. It's not actually about that. It's about this American abroad he's an expat banker who builds a fortune and has to run from the Yakuza. So I spent about a month and a half in Japan following these guys around and just seeing this kind of wild world. And the book came out, and it did unbelievably well, only on Wall Street. And then sadly the rest of the country didn't buy it. But we'll see how the TV show changes that.